Eternal Tombs is a new upcoming PC MMORPG developed by Triune Studios, which will be released in 2025. And even that we are very far from release of this game, already now, few days ago, we have get this gameplay footage. Pre-alpha gameplay footage from developers of this game. We have get lots of interesting information which I will share with you this evening regarding this title. What is interesting, I can tell you right away about this title: no microtransactions in the game. Imagine that, no in-game purchases. There are many other interesting things, so let's dive into this part of live stream. I will show you many interesting things about this game. I will show you some details regarding gear, progress, regarding classes, one class specifically, regarding mounts you can see here in the game. Let's dive into this part of live stream. Okay, so first interesting information we have heard from developers of the game is that this game is already 5 years in development. Really? That's a really long time. I didn't expect that, right? I was kind of thinking maybe 1 year, 2 years, but on one way that's not a surprise, because if you want to develop, if you want to make AAA quality MMORPG, then you need to spend lots of time in development phase, right? So 5 years already in development. Like I have already mentioned, this game after release will not have any kind of microtransactions. Then you're wondering probably what will be business model? Probably not free to play. Yes, it will not be free to play. Buy to play game, but only if you have certain amount of characters in the game, more than 2 characters in the game, then you need to pay subscription, which is actually pretty interesting business model. So no microtransactions means no pay to win. This game will not be available on mobile devices, which is very important to say. I love already now Eternal Tombs. No mobile devices, one real PC MMORPG. Let's go further. You can see right now in front of you pre-alpha gameplay, right? So this footage which you can see right now in front of you is still not polished version of the game. It's obviously pre-alpha gameplay, which is looking actually pretty decent. Regarding user interface, you can see it right now in front of you. It's looking simple, clean, user-friendly, not too many colors, and I would say on one way also, like the rest of the game, it still needs some polishing. But what I see right now in front of me, it's looking really good. Very simple, right? You can see here HP bar, MP bar, skills in the middle of the screen, a little bit of chat on the left side of the screen, and everything is looking pretty clean and simple. Regarding game itself, I need to tell you one thing. Regarding voiceovers, quality is really high. You cannot hear it right now, but you can check this video, dedicated video on official YouTube channel of Eternal Tombs. You will hear over there voiceovers. They have already done on really high quality way. Even that this game is in pre-alpha development stage, right? Voiceovers they have done on really high quality way. Another interesting thing which I have noticed while studying, while analyzing this gameplay footage, is that this character which you can see here in front of you, was holding all the time weapons in hands. Right? Usually you can see that character when he's running or maybe standing in AFK position, then you put weapons on the back or on the hip, right? On the hips or on the back. However, character was all the time, even when running in the game, even standing in still position, right? Character was all the time holding weapons in hands, which is kind of strange, I would say. Maybe that was intention from developers of the game, but usually in other MMORPGs, we can see that when your character is, for example, talking with some NPC, not in combat situation, right? Then weapons are on the back, not in the hands. The only moment when I have seen that weapons were not in the hands was basically when character was on the mount. Yes, this game will have a mount system, which is very nice to see. We have seen character riding a horse in this part of the preview, and also developers were mentioning that game will have mounts in the game. Regarding everything else, I have noticed that loading screens were not looking that much pleasant, and developers have mentioned they will try to remove as much as they can loading screens from the game. That is really good, absolutely good. Nobody likes loading screens. This part of the user interface, which you can see right now in front of you, is dedicated to different kind of stats, and you can see here Chloromancer, Dragnarok. This is one of the classes, playable classes in the game. Developers here are showing us different kind of stats and abilities, main weapons of this class. You can see here hammer and sword in the hands of this character, and it's looking good, right? Regarding user interface, everything is looking pretty simple, pretty clear. Regarding polishing, absolutely it needs some polishing. However, we have get also, let's say during this gameplay footage, it's 35 minutes long. In general, you can check it out later. We have seen some combat of this class, Chloromancer. How was combat looking? Combat was looking good. And not still polished, again, but decent. Not too many splashy skills. Game was running smooth. Combat was looking smooth, but at a few moments I have seen a little bit of lagging. Again, nothing strange. This is pre-alpha gameplay footage. Developers of the game will change and they will polish many things for sure. Size of the game, we have heard that information during this part of gameplay footage, during this video. Size of the game will be about 200 gigabytes. 200 gigabyte size of the game, that's a lot. On one way, that's a lot, but on another hand, nothing strange. There will be 30 zones, different biomes, huge open world to explore. And on the other hand, like I said, this is one real PC MMORPG. Even 200 gigabytes of space on your hard drive, I would say it's a lot, but then again, better this than that we see this game is another mobile port to PC. 200 gigabytes of size, that means this is one real PC MMORPG. Regarding gear, it's important to say that this is a gear-focused game. Magic is built into gear. Even that we can see this character, this class, Chloromancer, using a hammer and a sword, it's still able to use magical abilities. You can also see here right now that this character has summoned a pet. Pets will be there in the game, and pet will help you during combat. It will assist you in combat. On which way exactly, I didn't see any details, but that's also another feature of the game, interesting to see. Regarding combat, you will see here it's an action combat, looking good for pre-alpha, but again, combat still needs polishing. Little bit of lag here and there we have seen, but in general it was looking pretty decent. We have also seen during this gameplay footage some harvesting in open world, and crafting will be in this MMORPG. Again, when I am studying all of these details, it's clear that this is one real PC MMORPG. Also, another interesting thing about Eternal Tombs, very specific for this game, are TM events. Actually, Tomb Master events. What this actually means? There will be specific in-game events which will be triggered in real time. So you will perform some kind of action in the game which will be set up previously by Tomb Masters. So basically something. Let's say you kill some big boss, or you go close to some big stone or something. There will be some events in the game which will be triggered by you doing something specifically in the game. Those Tomb Masters, those TM events, we have get introduction into that system regarding user interface. We can get introduction into that user interface regarding those TM system. How will that look? How will look implementation of these events on different kind of servers? And this is something very specific, I would say, regarding Eternal Tombs. Something interesting, again, like the fact that there won't be any microtransactions in this game. These TM events will be something very specific in the game, which will require for people to actually put these triggered events in the game, and which will have big influence on your gameplay. That will be interesting to see how will this work out in the game. However, it's interesting idea from developers of the game to implement something like these TM events in the game. So real people, TM, right, Tomb Masters, GMs, let's say on that way, right, will be there in the game, and they will have influence on the gameplay of people throughout different kind of servers by setting up these different kind of events in the game. They have really huge possibilities within that user interface to set up different kind of events. There are no limits. There are no limits what they can put within these events, and when they can put it and where they can put it, which is making this let's say Eternal Tombs something different, something original than what we usually see in MMORPGs. You can see also here in the game, we have get example a few times this class, this character was fighting against different kind of mobs. Mobs are looking really good. Graphic design for mobs, really, really beautiful. Overall looking, game still needs polishing. Absolutely. Let's not forget, this is pre-alpha gameplay footage, what you can see in front of you. What you can see in front of you is pre-alpha gameplay footage. And regarding combat, regarding user interface, overall looking, when I'm looking at this game, yes, it needs polishing, but then again, there is time. This game will be released in 2025, right? This is very far from release, right? So regarding graphics, it's looking pretty decent. Sound, absolutely, sound is amazing. Not only regarding voiceovers, but also regarding sound in the open world. What I could hear, it was really good. Sound was very good, and also something to say additionally, we have heard during this gameplay footage, we have heard presentation from one of the developers. They need to put some better microphone for next presentation. They need to put some better microphone because sound voice from developers who are presenting to us this game during this gameplay footage, 35 minutes long, right? That microphone was not of high quality. They need to put some better quality of the microphone that they have better sound. Other than that, it was everything good, right? So more testing and optimization is coming to Eternal Tombs. We have heard that information from developers of the game. So far, it's looking promising. Most interesting information about this game, what I have seen so far, it's that there won't be any microtransactions in this game, no in-game purchases, and also these TM events, Tomb Master events. This system is something very unique, very original for this game. Let's see how that works out. There is still lots of time until 2025. When I see something interesting is happening with this title, I will let you know about that instantly here on my YouTube channel. I'm following this game basically since the moment developers have announced development, and yeah, so far it's looking pretty promising. For this evening, I wanted to show you main information, what we know so far about Eternal Tombs, information which we have get within this brand new pre-alpha gameplay footage. Keep in mind, like I said, this is still project in development, pre-alpha gameplay footage, like I said, looking overall very promising. If you are watching my live stream, let's go for our live stream. If you are watching this as video on my YouTube channel, thank you for watching the video and subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Twitch to see more of MMORPG content and of course Eternal Tombs content in the future. I'm live streaming every evening about 7 o'clock Central European time, so join me to see some gameplay and to find out what is happening in MMORPG and PC gaming world. See you soon.